Alright. So now that the purple's pretty well out of the hair, maybe that would resolve the issue we were having earlier with that bleed onto the hair. I'd say there's a pretty good chance of that. Okay, so if we wanted to extend it, let's say we maybe wanted to extend over here, which there's still skin over here that it wasn't catching. It's doing splotchy stuff, and I'm not sure why it's being so splotchy. Like maybe it didn't detect the skin correctly. Okay, so I'm just filling in any areas here that are skin that weren't caught by the skin detection. Okay. And it looks like this is a lot darker. I'm really not sure why the shades would be there. The only thing I can think is that it would apply more heavily to a heavier shaded area. Okay. It's pretty close, you get the idea. Okay. So then if I take this back off, maybe it'll do a little better. Looks like it did pretty good here. So I'm not sure if there's a big difference in what happened with that skin area. But at least now we know we've got the skin covered like it should be. Okay, eye controls. Okay, there's a whiten eyes. Let's see how well that works. Okay, I am seeing some difference in the eyes. You don't want to go too crazy because it's going to be obvious that it's that's been heavily edited. But maybe adding a little bit to whiten the eyes. Okay, brighten eyes. Okay, that's getting kind of crazy. That's kind of surreal, definitely up there. So I'm not going to do a whole lot with brightening the eyes. Brightening area. Okay, and it looks like that's just any areas that are especially dark. It looks like it's bringing back some whiteness or some light to that area. Okay, sharpen eyes. Yeah. Okay, I'm pulling that to right around here. Okay, change eye color. Okay. And actually, if I wanted to change it to brown eyes, that's not too bad, because we went from blue here over to brown here, and maybe if we pull it back a little bit, we could even get like a hazel. Okay, intensity. Okay, it looks like it's actually adding onto the outer parts here. It would actually be adding some actual color outside of the color part of the eyes. It looks like it's going outside. Let me check again. Maybe not. Maybe not. It's just really intensifying what's in there. Okay, darken pupil, iris. Okay, I don't want to do a whole lot with that. Maybe just a little bit. Okay, let's see. Remove pupil reflection. Okay, I want to leave it right around there because I actually like the reflection in there. Okay, pupil darkening area. Okay, and it looks like it's just extending the iris a little bit further, or the pupil, the effect on the rest of the coloration. So I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, mouth and nose. Okay, and this is where you kind of can. It's talking about sculpting the face a little bit. Okay, lip saturation. You can bring it down, completely take out the saturation of the lips. It kind of looks like she's wearing some lipstick that maybe has not a whole lot of color, maybe some shine in it, or you can add saturation in so it makes her lips look really red. Okay, lip contrast. I'll leave that right around where it was. Go away. Okay, hue. Again, you can kind of change the color of the lipstick, and it looks like I didn't do a perfect job on defining the area of the lips because I can see where there's red on the outside here, so that may have been more important than what I was, it may have been a task that I really should have paid more attention to. Okay, so I'm going to change the lip hue back to something a little bit more normal here. Okay, sharpen mouth. Okay, and it looks like it's adding definition is what it's doing, and it's really popping that. It is really popping out the detail there, and it's kind of making it a lighter color. So you've got the base color, and then it's really lightening on that red. Okay, nose contrast. Ha! It is making her nostrils bigger. That's what it appears to be doing. So looks like over to the left, kind of reduce the nostril size, and it's like a really big shadow here. So I want to leave it right around here because I don't want this girl to have too huge of a nose. Okay, hair controls. Okay, and it looks like the hair didn't is not completely correct because it didn't catch these. And again, it looks like you can paint on the hair. So let me just click this here, this extend, and see if I can paint a little bit on, and I'm not able to do it. Oh, here it goes. Computer's just being slow. Okay, so it looks like that the hair detection didn't work 100%. So I'm just going to go through here, do a little bit of brushing on with the hair, just to see if I can get this to get all the hair here so it's not going to look ridiculous whenever we do a couple of these hair things. Okay, and I'm just going to get some general, and then I'll cut back here in just a second. And I'm sure I should have used a bigger brush. Okay, so let me go back through and just cut this out just to illustrate the cut. Okay, and cut back should just be kind of what you're used to in Photoshop, where you can do an effect and then take the effect out with the erase. Okay, so it looks pretty good. Maybe blend a little bit onto your ear here. Okay, and obviously it's not perfect, but just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so now we're back to this. Okay, we can add shine to the hair, which obviously if you go too far, okay, that's way too much shine. You can take shine out, but it looks like it's where I'm defining the hair. There's hair there, but there's skin also there, so it's bleeding. It looks like onto the actual face itself. So I'm not going to do a whole lot with that. Maybe add a little bit of shine, but I'm also noticing that there's the hairline here. If you can see that face is more of an orange, and up here in this hairline, whenever I define shine, it looks like it's lightening the whole thing. And this may just be now that I'm looking at it, maybe in the earlier part we were defining the tan didn't go up through here and didn't cover this area, is what it really looks like. So maybe not, maybe it isn't the shine after all. Okay, lighten, we can lighten the hair a little bit, darken the hair, and again, it looks like it's getting sloppy right around here where we're really going crazy with this lighten. Okay, redden, we want to add a little bit of red to the hair. Again, maybe I shouldn't have gone through and done the small parts where it kind of also touches the face, because it looks like it's really bleeding out here, just like a bad hair dye job. Okay, vibrance. I'm gonna take this out. That looks terrible. Okay, I'll take the light now too. Vibrance. Okay, now that one's not bleeding too bad. Honestly, that's probably been one of the best of the bunch. So if you wanted the hair to be a little bit, if you want to add to the vibrance, I'd say that should be fine. Not going to make too much of an effect on the face itself. Okay, it shows skin lighting controls, shadows. Okay, so it looks like this is actually removing the shadows. Then you get to this point, and that's obviously completely surreal. Drop it back, and it looks like it's. Let me do this one more time. It is definitely hitting the shadows, but for some reason it looks like it is staying away from our eyes and our other features that we defined. So that's good. Okay, and this is the relight. Okay, looks like it's just changing where the lighting is hitting. Like the lighting looks like it's hitting there naturally, but it's moving the lights. It's trying to move the light source from here up to here. So like from mid-face light up to a forehead light is what this looks like it's trying to do, and it really, I mean, it's not doing too bad, to be quite honest. That's pretty good. Like if you, I mean, shoot it right the first time, right? But that's not bad for what it's doing. Okay, contrast. I'm not going to mess a whole lot with that. Highlights. This is highlights on the face if you want to pull them up a little bit, I guess. Okay, show picture controls. Okay, we can change our exposure. This exposure is pretty well on. Contrast. This is the overall contrast. Fill shadows. You can fill in shadows, and this would be affecting everything outside of the face as well. Saturation, temperature. If you wanted to warm up the image a little bit, obviously not too much. If you wanted to, if your image was too red, you wanted to pull the temperature down. you could do that too. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right around here. Okay, so we've gone from this here over to this. It's not too bad. It did take me a while to go through. I'm sure as you get better, the time would reduce that you're spending on this. It's okay. Like I'm not. I think this might be a good application for possibly. It wouldn't be good for. It would not be good for family portraits and things of that nature. I just can't see spending that much time on that. But it is called portraiture, and maybe that's the reason. Maybe we're talking about regular, maybe a headshot, maybe model shots, because it did have some things built in, and it may be great for just testing out maybe a new look. I don't know. I know there are other applications out there that already kind of let you change hair and stuff. Looks like this would be a more advanced version of that. I can't see us using this at our studio on a consistent basis. Maybe there are some studios that would. I would just see that we would probably be using Photoshop more to do some of these things. It looks like it's a great tool. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be quite a fit for probably what most of the professional photographers that I know would be using. They're probably going to be using more Photoshop. So it did a good job on the skin softening though. Maybe nice for maybe doing an image for a portfolio, but probably not for a long-term editing solution. That's just my take, but we probably wouldn't be using it for a long-term solution. We're going to be in Photoshop. We're going to be using a plugin more like Imaginomic or more like Mama Shan, more like a number of the other skin retouching softwares out there. And this is just probably not going to be the best fit for us to have to go through each step, defining each area, etc., etc., just for a single image. We need it to be quicker, and like I said, I'm sure it would be over time, wouldn't be too bad, but we've got such a wide variety of images. I can't imagine doing this for both a bride and a groom in a portrait. It just seems unrealistic. So yeah, maybe for a headshot, if you do primarily headshots, maybe you can have somebody sit down and this be their full-time job. Just seems like it's kind of not a great fit for what we do at our studio here. Okay, so anyway, to save the image, I'll save it as a JPEG, drop it out to, I'll put my quality to 100, save it as a JPEG, I'll drop it out to my desktop. Okay, desktop, save. Okay, and let me go open it up and see how the image looked once it's been saved off. Okay, it's not bad. I mean, it's not super obvious that that there's no detail left in the face or anything. It looks. I mean, it honestly did a pretty good job. Now before, like I mentioned, and it looks like I may be seeing, it may have missed some parts down here, unless that's some kind of funky shadow going on in the original. But last time, whenever I had tried to brush in, I had tried to kind of fix over part where it had missed. There was some definite smudging going on in both of these areas here, where I had kind of tried to just brush in that this was skin, but it didn't seem to do as well, because maybe it saw these two different, the chin and the neck, the shadows in between them. Maybe it saw that as two different parts. I'm not sure, but it definitely made some major smudges where I would have expected it to just hold off on the whole skin softening and just do it all at the end, instead of looking at a brush and smudging in different spots where I was kind of applying the purple that we'd seen earlier. So anyway, that's portraiture. Let me see what version this was again. This is Portrait Professional Studio 9. Not bad, but again, not something that we would be using at our studio here. So give me your feedback, let me know what you think. And I think they've got, I know they've got some specials. I believe they're still going on, so take a look. There's probably a demo version out there. Try out the demo version for yourself, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Alright, thanks, bye.